Hey guys, Andy with Tech Influence here. Excited to go over Insta360's huge summer update. Not only for some accessories here for the Insta360, but also in camera as well as on your phone and on the app. Some of these improvements include an updated App 2.0, which features zero editing, which is Insta360's latest AI-powered editing tools from within the app. They've updated the desktop as well as some in-camera software improvements, including adaptive tone. You can now toggle on adaptive tone for most footage, including 5.7K up to 60 frames a second, and with HDR. You can do it on 8K without HDR, and they have this new Pro Video single lens mode, which I think is great. With that said, the folks at Insta360 did provide this unit to me complimentary and sponsor this video. Down below in the links in the description will be the product pricing and availability. Check that out here. I think some of these summer updates are a nice improvement. I'll have another video where we go over all of the new accessories. With that said, let's jump into some of the footage and content that I made here for this update. Let's go over adaptive tone. Adaptive tone is an awesome way for you to be able to use both lenses to perform light metering independently. So when you open up your clip in the Insta360 app or in their studio app, you can actually see it actively adjusting the image aperture as you pan around the shot. I have a shot here where I'm in a very shaded area. It's in ultra wide, but as I move into the shot and get closer, you can see the adaptive adjustment here for the lighting, making the highlights pop when it's darker, or when there's a greater light source, it will adjust dynamically. This works for any setting, including 8K 30, 5.7K 30, and even in pure video and 5.7K 30 respectively. It works with HDR, and you can see in this shot where I was on my skateboard zooming up and down this pathway. Whenever there was shade, my face would adjust and the lighting would look great immediately. You can see this in the app as I use the studio app for that same shot. It's so dynamic. When I move the image down towards the grass, it's much darker and it adjusts as I move it up where the light source comes in above the fence. You can see my face and the lighting there adjust accordingly. It looks great when you zoom into the different profiles from ultra wide up to linear and then narrow. It just looks great as you do that. They've updated pure video. You can now shoot pure video on a single lens. That's what I'm actually shooting on here as I record this video. This mode was only available in 360, and now you can do it on a single lens mode on both lenses. That means that 4K 30 frames per second can be shot in clear, more vibrant, and even at night. I have a number of shots here. There was a local celebration where we had fireworks, and you can see with pure video turned on the single lens, I was able to catch quite a few really fun moments of these fireworks in my neighborhood. Pure video. There needs to be a certain level of light, and when it was really pitch dark, it was hard for you to be able to see, but once the fireworks lit up the entire neighborhood, pure video does a great job being able to capture that. I think it's great here. You don't need to carry around another camera. You can switch between each lenses, but what I recommend is that when you switch the lens, that you wait a second so it doesn't cut off your audio. You can see this shot that I took with my wife. We went on a hike, single lens with pure video on. It looks great. There was a couple of areas where there was some shade, and you can see how well it does. This is the only bit of shade that I can show off pure video for the single lens, but you can see how shady it is and the contrast of the light, still allowing for really high quality, really clear image on my face. I'm at the summit, and you can hear how windy it is, and it looks beautiful. I'm gonna use this single lens mode more often. It's better in lower light. The wife and I did it. There's also a cool feature that you can do for pure video. The wind is like crazy on us. Really bad. You can flip mid-camera, or I'm sure it'll let me overlay both lenses there, but isn't that gorgeous? I love where we live. I've got some of these lights here on the backyard. It's completely black outside, but you can see how well the pure video does a great job on the single lens being able to show my face, and it does a pretty good job making sure that I am not too sharp and it's not too grainy. Endurance mode is a much less talked about improvement for the X5. It's an awesome, smart saving power mode that limits the usage of some of the features. Endurance mode was only available for 5.7K, but now with this update, you can shoot 8K 360 video in endurance mode. You can shoot for up to 2 hours with top specs, including 8K. It's ideal for concerts, sporting games, long hikes, and even for runs. I hiked up my mountain and I had this on, shooting well over 2 hours of footage, and by the end of it, I still had tons to spare. After hiking up this, going through all of those settings and features, adaptive tone, obviously with the HDR, I've got 8K30 where I showed adaptive tone. I did the bullet time, we did the pure video, slow-mo, all that good stuff, hyperlapse. And this battery is fantastic. It's still at 40%. Usually when I go out and shoot for like over 2 hours straight with the camera on, full brightness, Bluetooth connected, it drains the battery entirely. And so that's really to prove how amazing this device is. 40% left, battery, still running, still going hard. We also ran into local race and I had the camera running. Endurance mode did a great job making sure that it caught all the footage from start to finish. The runtime has been upped 208 minutes versus 185, giving you almost a 10% increase just through the software alone. If you couple that with their new Ultra battery, you're going to be getting so much more camera time than previously. Let's talk about the app 2.0 as well as some of the updates with the Studio app. First and foremost, app 2.0 is fantastic. I really love how they make the carousel have thumbnails that are square instead of circle. It was so difficult to tell which footage was what. And I think the thumbnail picks are great because it allows me to know exactly which footage I've got. With that, they've integrated their cloud service. I've subscribed to their Insta360 Plus, which allows me to have up to 2 terabytes of cloud storage. The app integrates directly into cloud storage. You can see I've got all my different vacations, all my different shots, all lined up, all downloaded here up to the cloud. It's really quick and easy. In the Studio app, you have that integration, which I showed as well for the adaptive tone, but the Studio app now integrates with your cloud service, Insta360 Plus. You can grab footage directly from the app. You don't need to load anything. It does have a down-resed playback, and so it is going to be a little bit choppy for some of your edits, but I didn't have a hard time or any interference with me being able to edit. I really like that it also uses the cloud services to export. So if you don't have a device that can export really high res files, it does a great job doing that. And then it saves locally onto your computer. Now let's show you some of the AI editing tools. I've got this shot where we were on a wakeboarding boat. From here, we can go ahead and we can hit AI frame. We'll let the AI frame me in the shot. Analyze the frames, it'll add some movement, it'll pick the shots, it'll even go from tiny to wide to narrow. So this is kind of focusing on one camera. Let's go to the other one and see what it looks like. Ooh, that shot looks great. That shot looks really good. Catching me right when I fell. And then if we wanted to, we can go ahead and throw on the AI edit. It'll analyze the scenes, cut them up, add movement, transition, filters, and even some music. For copyright reasons, we're going to take the audio out. You can use the custom frame or you can do the AI framing. You can still go in here and edit yourself, but it has clipped it for your convenience. Some of the best shots, adding movement, giving you a nice little clip that you can put on Instagram if you wanted. What I'd like to do is right here, I'd like to pull in, add a frame, hit narrow, adjust it. We can have this full clip be narrow as well. Gets a wide, you edit a little bit to jump in. You can zoom out and there it is. If we wanted to, we could extend this out, adjust it just a tad. You still have the option to be able to edit it whatever style you'd like. I think that's a great clip. All done, majority through AI. I had a blast going on a hike with my wife using this bullet time as well as some of the new improvements in the app. I think it made some really awesome AI, less than a minute content to be able to put on TikTok and on Instagram, but also still making those daily use improvements here if you want to make more of a narrative driven video like I did here with some of the footage on my hike. And having this here with that adaptive tone just made it so clear, so vibrant in those high contrast environments. With that said, Insta360 did provide something complimentary and sponsored this video. Down below in the links in the description will be the product pricing and availability. Check that out here as it helps the channel. Thanks for watching. Andy with Tech Influence. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.